Lost in Culture Podcast.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Lost in Culture Podcast, hosted by me, Alex White. Thank you guys for rocking with me, all the love, support, feedback, everything you guys have given me this far. I am not by myself. I am with Mr. Victor Pope Jr.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It is an honor and a pleasure, sir. First of all, how are you?
Shit, nigga, chillin'.
Chill. So you hopped on live last night and you said you was dropping an EP.
Yeah.
So go ahead. Yeah. So go ahead, let everybody know what's about to happen. How did you get back to rapping? Are we gonna have to start calling you Southside Vic again?
You know, I'm gonna keep it Victor Pope Jr. Because when I was doing comedy, I was Victor Pope Jr. But before that, I was battle rapping and I was just rapping.
Right.
But my manager had told me, you know, your full name, fuck it, like it's more, you know, friendly to
it's your name.
Marketing and shit.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, man, I'm gonna still be Victor Pope Jr., but I got back into it because I was just tired of doing comedy. Like,
Is it exhausting, or is it just like you're over it?
I mean, I can't do one thing for too long, and
right.
I stopped rapping to do comedy, and I kind of left like a little void, little hole in me anyway. So
right now with the comedy thing, how was that transition from battle rapping and all that? Yeah. How was that? What was your audience like? Like, did anyone clown you for going to comedy, or was they rocking with you?
Well, I mean, I always been a funny nigga. Even when I was battle rapping, I was, you know what I'm saying, I was clowning niggas. And,
right.
I was known for being a funny nigga. So, I mean, it made sense, really.
Yeah.
And, you know, at the same time that I started battle rapping, and I started doing stand up comedy in the same month. So it was like. To me, it's all a word game. So I'm making people feel
right. Is battle rapping and comedy? Does it kind of go together? Does it merge together in a way?
Yeah. I mean, performance wise, because rapping and comedy not that much, but battle rapping is like I know when I'm gonna get a laugh. Right. But then at the same time, you can't write expecting to laugh at any part. You gotta write like they not gonna laugh at none of this shit. I'm not gonna get no oohs because you can't. You know, a lot of times with comedy and battle rap, you write in a pause because you might get too arrogant. I'm like, this shit go hard, but it might not. You know, you never know what people gravitate to.
Right. You never know until you really get out there and start getting on the mic. As far as like open mics for comedy, the audience, was it hard to really figure that audience out, or? Like
I said, I was doing it in the same month. So with battle rap, you rap and then you write some shit, you memorize it and you spit it. You know. With stand-up, you'll have a joke. You don't really write jokes word for word. You will have a concept of it, well, as far as I go. You will have a concept of a joke, and then a lot of comedians, you will be working on the same joke for a year and mashing it out. Versus battle rap or rap in general, once you spit some shit, it's
already out there. It's already
gone.
Out there.
But with jokes, you really got to nurture them and, raise them up. And then, I know comedians really been doing the same joke for like damn near 20 years.
Right, yeah. And it work every time. Sometimes it'll work every single time.
It'll work. And sometimes it won't because a lot of comedians, they get tired of doing the same joke. And, I mean, that's how I was, A lot of comedians, when I was coming up, they was like, what are you doing? Because I would do like a new joke almost every fucking time I got up there. And they had to I had to really.
Damn, nigga, you had the jokes on lock, nigga.
Yeah.
Damn.
And I had to. Well, I was fucking up because it was like I wasn't. It was a lot of them they'd be like, oh, was that your first time doing that joke? And they'd be like, I can tell. Like really nurture this shit. I mean, I still leave room for improv, just like with battle rap. I leave room for I could freestyle something here. Or like if somebody, you come up with rebuttals in like battle rap. You're probably gonna say something about some shit I did or about what I'm wearing. Oh, you talk about what I'm wearing. Well, what about the, or you want to talk about that happening? So you pre-buttal. And it's the same thing with comedy, doing stand up. Like, oh, this part of the joke. What if somebody laughed prematurely when they wasn't supposed to laugh? It's like, oh, you found that, some shit like that. It's like little shit that you pre-write, but you still leave room for that improv, even with that.
Do you think with comedy now, is it easier to get on than it was back when you started?
Yeah, I mean, you just gotta make a video, but just be consistent. But the thing with comedy nowadays is it's just gonna keep getting easier and easier, and it's just gonna get more saturated the more easier shit is to do.
Right. Now you really came up on Vine heavy. Do you think it'll ever go back to comedians being able, or not even comedians, because you weren't even going on there to be a comedian. You were going on there just to, just to make videos and shit. That's what everyone was doing. Do you think there will ever be a platform again where people can just go on an app and be themselves?
Yeah, TikTok. TikTok is really fucking funny. I love TikTok.
Really?
Yeah, TikTok is really good.
Are you on
really
TikTok?
My son is. That's where I see shit. But I mean, I think that what Vine had that's different than TikTok. Vine was like Snapchat before Snapchat. Like people was Vining like just their personal lives.
Right.
Like, that shit's funny. It was more candid.
Yeah.
It was like really candid, and then Snapchat came out, and then people just started posting more of the shit that they would put on Vine.
And then filters came,
and then Instagram got video, and then so a lot of things. Only difference with TikTok, people go on there to be funny. You know what I mean? Like, oh well, I'm going to be
right. Do you think that damages the comedy persona?
Not really.
Like when people say, "Oh, hey, I want to be a comedian," like, do you think they get like a funny look at that because of the clout and the trolling and all that?
I mean, it's like being a rapper. It's all rappers aren't just rappers anymore. They're influencers too.
Right.
And comedians, if you're a comedian, you have to be an influencer.
Right.
So it's all the same shit. Everybody wants clout. Like why would certain shit comedians don't like? Why would you do that shit? Like that shit's stupid. Same shit with rappers. It was like everybody wants to be seen. It's performers in general, entertainment.
Right. Now with battle rapping, did there ever come a time where you were like, damn, like I feel so disrespected, like I'm done with this shit, like... Yeah,
I fought like at every battle.
Damn.
I fought at battles I wasn't battling in. Like,
you're just fighting just to fight. Because battle raps do that shit. They do that shit. Now, when you were battle rapping, did you mostly write, or was your shit just like...
Well, yeah, like I said, I wrote, and then I have pre-buttles, make it seem like I'm freestyling. Sometimes, certain shit in the moment, I can just go.
You can catch it.
I can catch it. There was one time, I was in the middle of a scheme, and like somebody had dropped like a bottle, and it fucked up my scheme, and everybody, you know what I'm saying? It went kind of quiet. I'm like, man, I wish I heard that shit. And I was like, full throttle. I'm finna drop him like that bottle. And everybody was like, oh shit, because it's just something that's like that fast. I don't like doing shit that's like, oh yeah, I'll leave them red like that person's shirt. It's like, you gotta, it has to like really like just really be in the fucking moment. Like really, if I'm going to do it.
Now, would this be your first EP?
Or? Yeah, this is my first EP. This is the first time. I've been making music for a while. But I never released nothing. Like my friends hit me up like, oh, come do this feature, because niggas know I can rap.
Right.
And but at the time I'm taking comedy 100% seriously, and that's part of I kind of got depressed with that because I was so focused on comedy, and I'm a rapper just as much as I'm a comedian. So once I stopped rapping, I kind of like lost half of myself. Right.
That's crazy because they say like a lot of comedians, they have like very low moments in their life. Why is that? Like, how is it just because y'all hide so much and y'all have to be happy so much of the time? Well,
I think artists in general, they have lower lows than most people because they feel more. And it's just, if you're a good artist, I feel like you're sensitive, and it's the same way with rap. With rappers, if you're rapping about something deep or something like on another level, then so people can feel it, then you have to be sensitive to a certain point.
Right. Now, what can we expect on this EP? What lane did you go into? Are you like R&B type lane, or are you bar for bar, like? Because they say a lot of battle rappers can't make a album or an EP or music in general.
Rightfully so. Most of them can't. Most comedians can't make music. You know what I'm saying? Most battle rappers can't do comedy. Like I'm an anomaly. I'm an exception. I'm not really an example or nothing. Like my shit is really good. My tape is about it's really what we've been talking about. Like me realizing that going from Southside Vic to Victor Pope Jr., making all the decisions to be more marketable, rather than just trying to be more comfortable in my own skin and doing comedy because I feel like that's what everybody likes me for and that's what everybody wants, and I only can do that now. You know what I'm saying? So just boxing myself in and then being in LA far from my family, and then
how was LA? Talk about that. How was the going and doing the comedy in LA?
Man, It was cool. I fucked with it. It's easier to do comedy in smaller markets though, because LA's, because in Texas when I was doing stand up, I was hitting like, you could hit like fucking five or eight fucking mics a night, but LA is like so spaced out, and even like it might not even really be that spaced out, but like 5 miles here ain't 5 miles in LA. You know what I'm saying? So you're not hitting 5 or 6 clubs a night. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, it's because it's all about stage time. Like I said, you work on a joke. You just keep telling it, the better you get with that. So it's definitely more stage time in smaller markets like, here and other places.
Right. And you came back here about a year ago. Is that when you really realized, okay, I'm going to focus on my music?
Yeah, for the last year I've been doing my EP. I've been doing a visual EP, but yeah, I came back because I was also away from my son. I got an 11-year-old son, and that shit sucked. I mean, he came out there every summer with me, and all the holidays we had a fucking ball. He liked being out there, but eventually it was like
that's not enough.
It wasn't enough, and I had him around my fucking friends and shit, and he's not around other kids. He's not around my nieces and nephews when he out there. He's just, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of felt like I was robbing him of that whenever. So when I came home, I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna be close with my family. I'm gonna do this fucking tape. I want to rap. Like I always wanted to rap, but I never released any music. Right. So it's like I can finally do that shit.
Do you think your fan base will appreciate you like going to music?
Well, I mean, the EP is a great transition because I'm really reintroducing myself, but I'm not trying to pretend like I didn't do comedy before. I'm not trying to pretend like my last craft didn't happen. I'm not coming in and I'm not just flexing for 6 songs straight. I mean, I talk my shit for sure in that hoe, but I really bridged that gap to where you can see what was going on when I was doing comedy, and when somebody so and so was a big fan, and when they were really like dying in my shit, like this is what I was going through in the meantime on the flip side, and talking about that and hoes and my son, and it's fun shit. It's a fun tape, but it's also it's some substance to it. It's a fun tape, but also it's a lot of reflection.
You put some heart in it. Rebranding yourself. That alone is just a big step, especially when you've already established yourself and you feel like, people look at you as just that person, Victor the comedian. Yeah. So now you have to just go through that process. What do you expect as far as like the music industry? Do you want to be signed to someone, or do you want to just keep dropping music like just because it's heartfelt? Or
I mean, if a deal look good, then it look good. I'm gonna see what's up with it. But I mean, being independent will be cool with me. Like as long as I can survive off my craft. That's what I told myself when I first started doing comedy. As long as I can survive off the shit I have fun doing.
Exactly.
And I'm good. I ain't gotta, you ain't gotta give me $100,000 deal, $1 million deal. Like I'll be independent and just live. I'll eat. My son eat. We good.
Exactly.
Let me sing my song.
Right. What was your first show as a comedian?
Oh, I did an open mic at the Improv. That was my first open mic. My first show. I had a couple shows here, but it was like, my first like big show was like I was in LA. I got booked for the Comedy Store, and that was cool. And that was I was in a belly room, which is one of the smaller rooms in there.
Right.
But yeah, it was cool. I had a good show. I had tripped off edibles the night before, and I was like, cause I ate way too many edibles.
That's the greatest.
Everybody who go to LA for the first time eat too many edibles.
Yes, that is very true. I went to LA for the first time, and I couldn't even do nothing. I was so high. Yeah. Like you just you missed the whole experience because you just get dumb high because you're so excited. Yeah. You were on Comedy Central. How was that?
That's cool. Yeah, I was on Comedy Central. I forgot the fucking show name. I was also on Revolt, Funny as Fuck.
That was good. That was really good. How was that crowd? Because that crowd seemed different from the Comedy Central crowd.
Well, the thing with it is like a lot of that shit is like it's the studio crowd. A lot of the times. So when you go into a fucking comedy club, a nigga there with his bitch or a nigga there with his friends drinking, they kind of have a good time. Versus if it's a studio recording like that, the audience are actors. A good time. It's a good chance. A lot of them, they're not even allowed to drink on set, so they're just like, and then they have to laugh. They have to laugh, and so you kind of have to break out of that it's a weird. It was my first time ever experiencing that.
Right.
And you think, I mean, it's a good problem, but it kind of gives you like a vibe of just how you say disingenuity,
like they're handing it to you, like
yeah,
it's like
it just felt fake. It didn't feel real.
Right.
It didn't feel real. So I mean, with that, I didn't feel like I was, I didn't feel in my bag. I felt. Yeah, it felt really odd.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. So who was your influence for comedy?
I'm a big fan of Patrice O'Neal, Hannibal Buress, Louis C.K., Bill Burr is really good.
Bill Burr is amazing.
Of course, Chappelle. But yeah, I think Patrice O'Neal is probably my biggest, and Hannibal, Patrice and Hannibal.
And as far as the music side?
Lupe, Eminem, Webby.
That's a mix. That's a mix right there. That is a mix.
Yeah.
Lupe,
I mean, at the same time, because
Webby.
I really appreciate really good wordplay. Then I also appreciate when you can just say fuck the wordplay. Like, this is like my thought. This is what I feel. This is my heart. Like
that Lupe shit.
Yeah. And the Webby shit, Webby and Boosie.
Yeah.
I'm not finna come in this hole and diggle. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna really tell you what's going on.
So we can expect a lot of lyrical storytelling in this EP. Pretty much.
It's a visual EP, and it's essentially a short film. So it all goes in order. All of the videos. So yeah, it tells a nice little story.
Yeah.
And I did a visual EP because I'm such a storyteller with the pen.
Right.
So it only made sense. So.
Now, with your rebranding, your IG is like just hilarious. Like it's your resume. Do you plan on flipping that, or do you just plan on mixing everything in, or?
Yeah, I mean,
how is your social media gonna look?
It goes back to what I was saying. Like I said, rappers are influencers, like just like comedians are influencers. Barbers are influencers now, and that's a part of my personality, me being funny.
Right.
I can be funny on the internet without being a comedian on the internet. I'm just a funny nigga regardless. I'm not going to lose that aspect of myself. If I lose that aspect of myself just trying to rap, then I'll be in the same situation I was in when I feel like I was missing a piece of myself when I only did comedy.
Exactly.
So, I'm just going to have fun.
Right.
And be who I am.
Do you think, as far as comedy now, do you think it's important to watch what you say, how you say it?
No. I mean, it depends on what you want out of comedy. If you want success, then of course, if you want to be the next Kevin Hart, then watch what you say. If you just want to express yourself and have fun and just, be you regardless of that shit, underground comic, like, whatever.
Right.
Then, fuck it. Fuck what they talking about.
Right. Do you think comedians should focus on talking about, or not talking about, putting it in their jokes, today's events, like what's going on and with the world and everything that's going on? Do you think it's important as influencers to input those in their jokes?
Yeah. I mean, it's important that somebody does it, but if everybody did it, it would be a fucking drag.
I think that's what I'm picking up right now. Like, I think it's too much. I think what Dave Chappelle did was amazing, but like, it's getting to the point where I don't want to turn on a stand-up and it's all political.
Yeah, I could turn on the news for that shit.
Exactly.
The news is funny enough as it is. The news is hilarious these days.
That's a fact. Now, with the visual EP coming, you said you've been working on it all year. Are there any features on it, or?
No, it's all me. It's all me.
Did you just, because it's?
I wanted to do a feature, but every song was so personal.
Right.
And I just never recorded a song. Every song I recorded, most of the songs I recorded just in my room and on my computer. So I recorded, and it's an intimate process for me because I spend so much just like editing and mixing. And in the midst of all that, I'm like, I'm not thinking about who will sound good on it. Like, I'm just trying to make myself sound better because I'm doing the mixing and editing too. So,
how often do you plan on dropping after this EP?
I ain't thought about that. I know to make money on Spotify and especially to stay relevant with this internet culture, artists have to drop way more than I think artists should be dropping. You know, you can't drop, shit more than, you gotta live life eventually. You just can't keep dropping it and dropping music.
Exactly.
So, I think that's cheapening art. And that's, not even just with music, like I said, comedy too. A lot of comedians, like I said, comedians use stand-up comedians, like we nurture a joke.
Right.
Now, when I was doing comedy, I was doing stand-up, I'm nurturing jokes years at a time. Then I get on the internet, and then I gotta write a new sketch every day. And if you're not posting at least 2 or 3 times a day, your page goes dead. So you lose those followers. So it's a constant need for output, and I felt that in comedy, but at least in music, I really took my time on this tape, and it felt good taking my time on something again, rather than just
just
posting,
putting stuff out there.
Yeah, and just being on my own time with it. Because even with stand up, I could take my time nurturing a specific stand up joke, but it's like whenever you get up on stage, versus if I'm making a tape, I can always be making a tape. Like fuck it, I feel like. So
now, how is it in your lifestyle? Do a lot of people come up to you and is like, "Hey, you're the funny guy, make a joke," or like, do people take you seriously? Like when people first meet you, or how is that?
Yeah, I mean, people be on some funny shit. But I mean, I'm a funny nigga, but like, I don't know. I feel like once people spend time with me, they kind of see like. I'm not really like a goofy, you know what I'm saying? Like I could chill with somebody for days and like you wouldn't laugh, like we just be chilling. Like,
right.
I see life in a funny way, but like a lot of times I don't even say funny shit. Like I just be chilling.
Right. Yeah.
I be chilling hard. Like,
yeah, and I think that's why it comes so natural. Your success as a comedian was so natural because it is that's your personality. It's not forced, and that's why like a lot of these comedians today, I just feel like. Are so forced. Like it's so hard to really just find a new act and really just like want to watch their shit.
Yeah. And also, comedians these days is they're making it really fast. A lot of comedians they get on to their 30s and 40s and shit like that, and then you gotta be humble, and with comedy you have to fail. You have to fail a lot. To make sure something works. But a lot of comedians don't have to go through that because a lot of their career is just recording on a camera. So you don't. There's no instant. It's instant gratification, but you're not gonna instantly fail.
Right.
It's not really that scary. It's not much fear in making sketches. Because it ain't like, oh, what if they don't like it? Fucking delete the video. You know what I'm saying? What if they don't like this joke? Oh shit, what did I do? You know what I'm saying? Like it's.
So sketching is way more easier than stand up.
Yeah, for sure. Like 100%.
And as far as sketch comedy, do you think it's I would say not plummeting as far as like real acts, but do you think it's harder for natural comedians to get on with so much?
Well, I mean, like I think I love TikTok. But TikTok, a lot of it is lip syncing, or a lot of it in replace of comedic timing, you can just use a funny voice effect or a funny facial effect, or you can actually put the fucking subtitles. A lot of you don't have to speak; you just put the subtitles on top of the fucking frame. So a lot of people are probably really funny, but TikTok is spoiling them to where it's like you kind of don't have to work on comedic timing in a way you would without all those effects.
Right.
Regardless, even not even speak about live comedy, but just sketches in general. With more technology and the more these apps, like fucking these apps are really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate it, from a consumer standpoint. But TikTok and all these other apps are doing to make it easier for comedians to get their point across, but. As a comedian, I'm like, it's weird. We're getting fat. We're getting
right.
We're getting
It's oversaturated. Like you really have to stick out now to like really catch some eyes. Have you ever thought about going into, or did you think about going into the movie industry when you were doing comedy?
Yeah, I did. I had a couple auditions. I did a little bit of acting. I never really enjoyed acting that much.
Yeah.
I never really felt like an actor.
Right.
I mean, I never really felt like I just couldn't. It just didn't move me. I didn't have a passion for it.
Yeah, that's a whole nother task force. Like that's tough to handle itself.
Yeah.
With music, how do you like the rap scene, the local rap scene now?
It seems like it's getting better. I remember, I was paying attention to it some years ago. There was a lot of bickering going on and a lot of beef, which was really weird, and a lot of politics. People mad at politics, but I feel like the internet is so fucking big. I feel like people kind of box themselves in, just like being. Well, I'm a Dallas rapper. I'm an Arlington rapper.
Right. Right.
And I'm on the same shit, Agtown, all that. But like, you gotta be bigger than that. Yeah, like fuck it, bro. We have the internet. Like, we can't be arguing amongst ourselves over.
Right.
Like, it's the internet, bro.
Right. As far as, do you see yourself doing shows, etc., going out of state when it comes to music?
Yeah, for sure. When all this shit over, but
is that gonna be the same kind of thought process as going on stage, being a comedian?
Yeah, I mean, it's all performing. It's all performing to me. I'm always my strong point is I'm a good performer no matter what medium I'm doing it in. So.
Right. Would you ever go back to stand up?
Yeah, when I get bored of music.
So it's never gonna be like a dying thing. It's never gonna be like I'm done with music. I'm done. Would you ever go back to battle rapping?
No. Cause battle rapping was just me. The thing that I missed about battle rapping was the writing of it, and I still indulge in that when I make music.
Right.
And the performance of it too. I mean, I freestyle, and when I record, I feel like I'm performing live. When I'm doing that, I had the same mindset. So I don't. I miss battle rap, but a lot of the stuff that I miss about it, I can still get it through music.
Right. Who's your favorite artist to listen to?
Right now, Boogie. Not A Boogie, but Westside Boogie, Compton. He's from Compton. I think it's very nice. You should check him out.
Okay.
He's very good at what he
does. Do you see yourself doing any features, remixes, having any verses or things like that?
Oh yeah. I've been doing features here and there. Sliding people features. I'm always ready to hop on somebody's track.
Damn. So you really about to do this shit?
Oh, I done did it. I'm just waiting to drop it. I'm dropping 12/12, December 12th.
12/12.
Everything's recorded, everything's video, everything's shot. She's just getting edited. So.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I can't
Are you nervous?
Yeah, like I got my baby bird leaving the nest. Like,
yeah.
I can't wait to get this shit over with. Like, cause I've been working on it so long. I really want to show everybody. Like, how hard I've worked, everything that I sacrificed, everything that I was going through when I even wasn't doing this shit.
That's important to just have that connection with your fan base too, just to let them in a little bit of who you are and what you've been through, and just to keep them engaged. Who do you really fall on to when you need that pick me up?
Shit, I'm real close with my son. Me and my nigga be talking like, that's my nigga. Like, that's a good friend of mine. Like, he's really smart and mature. Like, I fucking around ask him for advice.
And sometimes he'll give you the best.
Nah,
give you the best advice.
Facts. Best friends Bobby and shit. My nigga Chad. Shit like that.
Right. Now, you have to tell Sneak to stop rolling, like, these little skimpy...
Oh, yeah, that nigga do be rolling them. I mean, you can roll skimp, but don't put them on your fucking IG story. Like,
why the fuck?
with the skimp boss on your close friends, bro.
Put it on the close friends. That's a close friends conversation.
That's a close friends blunt that you roll. Man.
How has the internet really changed from when you started to now? Like, is it completely different, or is it pretty much the same?
More people have platforms, so it's like, it's way more diverse. I mean, it's always been diverse, but more people are like have way more followers, so more people are spoken for. So it's like even with Twitter, it's like so many people from so many different walks of life.
Yes.
That believe so many different things, all trying to, get their point across at the same time on the same app. And it's just the more that, we get through the internet phase, and we, the more time goes on, it's going to just be more people represented.
Right.
And more people represented, that means more arguments between those peoples represented. So, I mean, bittersweet.
The internet is a scary place. How do you really deal with the negative shit on the internet? Do you even pay attention to that shit, or?
I mean, people say something mean to me, I fucking block them. People are mean on the internet. It's like you block.
It's that simple. What's been your biggest learning experience with going from battle rap to comedy to music? What's been the biggest thing that you've learned so far?
You gotta have fun. Like, if I'm not having fun, people can tell.
Mm-hmm.
As, performing and doing art in general, like, if you're not having fun doing what you do, people can tell.
Right.
People can tell.
Right.
So, yeah, people can tell. That's really what I...
What can we expect after the EP, or what can we expect coming up soon, or what is there anything that you want your fan base to know about this transition?
Oh yeah, that I'd sacrificed it all for this shit. Like, I didn't when I realized that I wanted to do music again, I wasn't like, okay, well, because I was making money through comedy 100%. Like, so that's how I made money, doing stand up, doing sketches, doing brand deals. So once I stopped doing comedy, I stopped to, once I realized I'm doing music, it's like, now I ain't got the money that I used to have from it. So I kind of forced my own hand to where it's like sink or swim. Like, you're not gonna have no more money coming from comedy. Like, don't accept nothing from it, So, because I feel like if I still earned that way and still survived that way, it would be harder for me to leave it alone. So I just said, fuck that shit. So I sacrificed a lot of money, a lot of revenue, a lot of the funniest fuck. I was supposed to be on season 2, but I said I don't wanna do it. I left LA. It wasn't even expensive for me. It was it was pretty cheap because it was 5 of us. It was a five bedroom. So it was pretty cheap. I paid more here.
Right. Yeah.
So I left LA, and which is it's a good fun place. I sacrificed that, and it's a lot of sacrifices. My entire life is from where I was a year ago, completely different.
Completely different.
It's crazy.
Now, can we get one more raffle before the EP drops?
My baby mama raffle.
One more.
I haven't been doing them because of COVID. I might do one though. I might do a baby mama raffle.
And you're not giving away baby mamas.
No. I'm not giving away baby mamas. Women comment their numbers. It's a 4-digit number they can comment, and then I put them all in a bag, or some type of big old sack, and then shake it up, take a number out, and the winner is my baby mama, my next one.
There you have
People
it.
be signing up too.
Dude, have you ever had niggas sign up?
Yeah, bro. I was like, bro, come on, bro. You signing up for your sister or something? She ain't got no Instagram.
That is hilarious. We need one of them before the EP drops. Please. Well, thank you so much, Victor, for coming through. Let them know where to find you.
I'm Victor Pope Jr. on everything. Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all that shit. Victor Pope Jr. VICTORPOPEJR.
There it is.
My album dropping 12/12.
12/12. That's like what? 13 days before Christmas?
Yeah.
13 days before Christmas.
Yeah, treat yourself.
Treat yourself. Play that bitch for the holidays. Thank you guys for watching. It's cold outside. Make sure you wear your lotion. Make sure you get you dress warm. All that shit. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure you guys go add Victor on everything and go subscribe. And I'll see you guys next week.